This is a site that's not often to be repeated, and of the 36 250 GTOs created, one of the most valuable and worshipped sports cars in the world. I think they have 22 on the lawn here today. It's just an amazing sight to look down and see them all sitting here and just know what sort of racing history. They were so dominant for 3 years, they won most everything. And this was all they built, and they were mostly privateered cars, and these are some of the most collectible cars in the world. So it's very difficult to get all these people and the cars together at one time, and Pebble Beach has just done an amazing job. So if your particular passion might be the 250 GTOs, well, this is the right day to be here, no doubt about that. Well, hey, we're here with Brandon Lawrence.
All right, so we're here at Pebble Beach, right? 50th reunion of 250 GTO. There are 22 cars here out of 39 built. 2 of the Series 4 cars, or the 64 cars, are here, and the other 2 variations, Series 1 and Series 2 cars. 12 of them were out at the track yesterday and flogging them out there and having a ball. The crowds were the largest I've seen at Laguna Seca, and I can't remember when, and I'm sure it was, well, besides KEs, it was the 250 GTO cars, which are fabulous. I mean, here they are 50 years later, and they're looking, I sort of draw the similarity of Sophia Loren. She's looking as good now as she did 30 years ago, right? Look at these cars.
Indeed.
In another 50 years.
Oh, look at this line. It's just incredible. And you're here with, which chassis number is this?
This is a pretty unique car, and it is one of the few cars that has all of its body panels and original engine and has race history. Most of the cars were flogged pretty hard. I mean, this is how Enzo Ferrari was making a name for Ferrari, was with the GTOs and the Testarossas, and they were owned by the factory, and then they sent a few out to clients who campaigned them with their money, with support from the factory. This car won in '63. It won 3 hours of Daytona with Pedro Rodriguez driving. This car did, and then there were 2 other small races. Sort of funny sidebar to that. He was penalized. I think it was 45 seconds. I couldn't leave the pits. He was caught smoking a cigarette in the pit lane, and they didn't like it, so he was penalized 45 seconds. Came out and still won the race.
Really?
And 2 other small races after that, and then it was bought by the first owner. It was sold by Canetti, and the present owner bought it from the first owner 25 years later, so it's only a 2-owner car. And it didn't have any more race history, so it hasn't been beat to death and just run into the ground, but it does have some nice race history and original motor, and it's kept in its original condition with
I love it.
Painted for years. Yeah. It has had 1 repaint, but that was 20 plus years ago. So it's well taken care of, but it's used. It was running up and down the Coast Highway yesterday at 6 in the morning, just out for a stroll.
Really?
And it flew over from the UK. Next week it's going back over to the UK and going on a rally in Europe on the continent. So it gets around. It's being used.
Well, that's fantastic, as it should be. And that's a stunning car. It actually looks very good in this color.
It's a wonderful. The original owner painted the car. It was white. It was raced in white with a blue stripe on it. Spencer Buick Ferrari was who campaigned it. And George Dyer, the original owner, all of his cars were painted what he called Dyer Blue. And this is Dyer Blue, and it's still on the car.
Wow, it's tremendous. So, when they fly these over, then you've got to pick them up, get them through customs, and arrange all to get them here?
Yeah, I do the logistics, basically. Make sure the car makes it here to the lawn, and it actually starts and runs and has gas and doesn't get hurt in the process. Then it can go out and do whatever it wants. And these cars are worth so much money now that provenance, and that's what these cars are really about.
Sure.
Is their provenance. And so there's sort of a rub that, yeah, this car raced at Le Mans and won Le Mans, but it was crashed heavily and rebodied, and the motor was blowing up at Spa. So you've got the winningest car that's the least desirable in its originality, but they're race cars. So does race history trump originality and condition? It's some guys feel one way and the other guys will go another. Ralph Lauren's Testarossa has never raced, has its original motor and all of its original parts, panels, and it's probably the only one like that, but it's never raced, and it's a race car. So
yeah, exactly.
What was Secretariat worth if he never raced?
Well, very
Right?
true, very true. And, I got to figure no matter where you are on the totem pole, if you're sitting here in this line and you got one of these, you're pretty proud of yourself.
So you find that happy medium with some race history, but not beat to death.
Yeah. Well, this is great. This is fantastic. So, and you personally have had a pretty busy weekend here down here.
We've had a lot of cars. We're real happy to see that everybody is so excited about cars and in general, and particularly the Ferrari cars. It just seems that they're getting more popular than they ever were.
No, I think you're right.
Now these guys are 50 years old, and they have more of a following than they ever have.
I know. Look at all the people here today.
It's amazing.
It is. It's incredible. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Barnaby.